Pumpkin spice season is here, otherwise known as autumn, which means it's time for the final part in our series on looking after your dogs through the seasons. The leaves are falling, the weather's turning, and for dogs this is the time of year that goes from sniff-tastic adventure to absolute chaos faster than you can say bonfire night. From the hidden dangers to the final boss of Pooch's problems, we're going to take a look at how to survive the scariest season that they have. So here's the SkoolDoggery guide to surviving autumn with your dog. As the trees start shedding leaves, fruits and seeds, all that stuff has to go somewhere, which means giant crunchy piles begging your dog to cannonball right through the middle of them. Now don't get me wrong, dogs love nothing more than going headfirst into a leaf pile. But while your pup's curating their autumnal Insta vibes, just remember that under that leafy blanket could be a hedgehog, a raccoon, a fox, or if you're really unlucky, next door's angry cat. Most wildlife won't attack unless it's provoked, but trust me, nobody wants to have to explain to your vet how your big, tough-looking dog got done over by a hedgehog. So always check your local critter situation before you play leaf pile lottery. Now let's say your dog does dive in, they come out happy, their tail's wagging, they're fine, they're having a brilliant time, but now they're snuffling around for snacks like a furry truffle pig. But this brings on the next problem. Autumn has two very common and very popular doggy delicacies that we should actually stay away from: conkers and acorns. To us, they're harmless, unless you take a sixer to the face in the playground every year at school like I used to. To dogs, they look like free snacks from Mother Nature, but they are actually toxic and can cause a serious stomach upset. So resist the urge to say, oh, letting them have one won't hurt, because trust me, it will. If they do swallow one, then making them vomit yourself should not be a DIY project. Leave things like that to the vet. If they aren't displaying any outward signs that something's wrong, then you might have gotten away with it. But if they do start throwing up, having diarrhea, being nauseous, basically any big change in behavior, then it will be worth making that emergency call. Then there's the fungal jungle of mushrooms. Mushrooms pop up everywhere in autumn like uninvited guests at a house party. Some are harmless, like the button mushrooms you stick in a stir fry. Others, like the death cap, are more than just an ironic name. So if your dog thinks that mushrooms are a great new protein source, make them go and watch our video on why they really don't want to be vegan. But the final boss of autumnal dangers for our dogs is not on the ground, it's in the sky. Halloween and bonfire night. These are two of the biggest nights of the year for dog escapes. Fireworks are like kryptonite for them. They're bright, loud, unpredictable, and absolutely everywhere. Imagine if you've got superhero levels of hearing and someone decides to let off explosives for fun. It would terrify you. We've got a great guide over on our channel that's already helped dogs all over the world learn to deal with fireworks. The short version for now, socialization is key. Normally, socializing a dog to something scary is quite simple. You take them far away from the scary thing, and you do a little bit of training with them, gradually reduce the distance, reward the calm behavior. But unless your uncle owns a fireworks shop, it's going to be quite difficult to practice this with loud bangs and explosions. That is where YouTube can come in. Yeah, the thing that you're watching now can actually be a great training tool. Load up our Fireworks for Dogs video, put it on a low volume in the background, and get your dog to either eat a meal in front of it or do a little bit of training with them. Start with the flashes, then gradually add in the bangs and whistles. The goal that we're aiming for is that fireworks equals treats, not terror. By the time your neighbour's Catherine wheel splutters into life, your dog should think, maybe it's food time, rather than wanting to run off through the fence as fast as they can. If you've got any extra autumn dog tips, then let us know down in the comments, because we'd really love to hear about them and let other owners know. While you're down there, you can help us out by buying Freddie a bag of training treats on the link, because he works for snacks, not money. Check out our Fireworks for Dogs video up here, and the link to the socialization playlist to help you and your dog should be down here. Thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for making it to the end, and until next time, look after yourself, but just as importantly, look after your dog.